Good morning or afternoon, whichever one you decide to watch this on. This is your phonics lesson for Monday, March the 8th. And we are finally going to do lesson 6 in unit 5 of phonics. We kind of had some free days last week, so now we're going to get back to our lesson. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so we can get started. All right, so like I said, we are on lesson 6 today in unit 5. And the first thing that we are going to do is some mix it ups. Remember, this is where I tell you a word and I tell you what we're going to change about the word. And then you are going to yell out to me what the new word will be. Okay, so our first word is the word board, board. And we're going to change the d to n. The new word is born. Good. Our next word is the word arm, arm. And we're going to change the to ch. So the new word is arch. Yes. Our next word is the word fort, fort. And we're going to change the t in fort to s. Yeah, the new word is force. Like, may the force be with you. Our next word is shave, shave. And we're going to change the v to d. So the new word is shade. Good. Our next word is horse, horse. And we're going to change the s to n. That's right, horn. Next is the word blown, blown. And we're going to say it without the ol. So it's just bone. The next word is the word dent, dent. And we're going to change the t to s. So it's the word dense. Good. Our next one is swung, swung. And we're going to change the w to t. Stung is the new word. Good. All right, now we have the word tenth, tenth. And we're going to change the th to. So we have the word tent. Good. And then our last word is the word charm, charm. And we're going to change the to t. So it is chart. Very good, guys. All right, so now we're going to manipulate some phonemes. We are going to delete the first sound of the final blend of a word. Okay, our first word is the word land. So we have land. And is the blend, the ND together. And we're going to get rid of the first sound of that blend, the n. So now we just have lad. So what is the new word on the curve? It is lad. The next word is best, best. So we have best. So the st is the blend. We're going to get rid of the first sound of the blend, which would be which sound? The s. Good. So now we have bet, bet. So the new word on the curve is bet. Very good. All right, next word is the word melt, melt. We have melt. Alt is the blend. We're going to get rid of the ol sound. So now we just have met. What is the new word on the curve? It is met. Very good. Our next word is the word mint, mint. We have mint. Nt is the blend. Which letter sound are we going to get rid of? The good. So now we just have mit. What is the new word? Mit is the new word. Very good. All right, our next word is the word think. Think. So we have think. And remember, this is one of those special sounds where the N sounds like ng. So we're going to get rid of that sound in this next word. We just have thick. What is the new word on the curve? It is thick. Very good. All right, our next word is the word honk. Honk. So we have honk. There again, there's that ng sound. So we're going to get rid of that sound for the next one. We just have hawk. What is the new word on the curve? It is hawk. Very good. All right, we have the word hunt. Hunt. So if we break that apart, we have hunt. Is the blend. So now we're going to get rid of the first sound, which is the and we just have hut. What is the new word on the curve? It is hut. Very good. The next word is Yelp. Yelp. If we break that apart, we have Yelp. Ulp is the blend. We're going to get rid of the first sound of the blend, which is the O. So now we just have yep. What is the new word? It is yep. Very good. And then our last word is the word pump. Pump. So we have pump. Is the blend. Which sound are we going to get rid of? The sound. So now we just have pup. What is the new word on the curve? It is pup. Very good. All right, it's time for that spoonerism. I know how much you love these and how good you're getting at them. And today's should be really simple. It's only 2 words. You ready? So today's spoonerism is pink drickles. Pink drickles. What do you think that is supposed to say? I'm going to show it to you. Pink drickles. Now remember, one of these words has a blend and the other one does not. So that should say drink pickles. How do you drink pickles? I know you can drink pickle juice, but I don't think you can drink pickles. That's kind of odd. All right, so our learning targets for today are I can alphabetize my new spelling words, which you will get today. I can read words with different spellings for the I, and E spellings. And I can identify the subject and predicate in sentences. All right, so we do have a new list of spelling words this week, and you're going to be studying and on these words at home, but let's practice them all together. So I'm going to read them to you once, and then we're going to go back and we will echo read them, okay? So we have night, might, high, right, frightened, light, pry, why, nearby, trying, sky, drying, and then our tricky word is kingdom. I want you guys to notice that every one of our words, except the tricky word, has the I or the IGH for the I sound somewhere, okay? We have night has IGH, might has IGH, high has IGH. But then over here we have pry, which has a Y has a Y, nearby has the Y. So all of these words have the I sound with either the letter Y or IGH. All right, now let's echo read. So I will say the word once and then you say it after me. Ready? Night, might, high, right, frightened, light, bright, pry, why, nearby, trying, sky, drying, kingdom. Very good. All right, so we have been practicing putting words in alphabetical or ABC order. And we do this by matching the first letter of the word to the alphabet letters that are on the screen here on the board. So remember, alphabetical order or ABC order, it makes it easier to find certain materials, like when they're in alphabetical order. For example, if you are looking for a movie or a DVD in a store and they are in alphabetical order by title, it's easier to find what you want. Or if you're in a bookstore and you're looking for a book and you know who the author is, you could easily find it if the author's books are in alphabetical order. So we are actually not going to sing the ABC song. I know that you guys know it. If you would like, you can pause the video and you can sing it on your own. If not, then we're just going to keep going because I know that you guys know it. And we listened to it last week. We listened to 2 different ones last week. I still like the second version better. All right, so we are going to take some words and we're going to play our spelling words and we're going to put them in ABC order on the chart. And I did a better job with it this week. I made the words smaller and the board smaller so that I didn't have to like get all over the floor with it. Got the words. So let me switch my screen to the camera. Okay, so here we go. Let me turn the light on and see if that helps a little bit. There we go. Okay, so remember we're going to match the word to the first letter. So we're going to highlight what's my first letter in this word. It's the letter K. So I'm going to put it with the K. Okay, that's the word kingdom. And now I have drying, and the first letter is the D. So I'm going to put it with which letter? With the D's. Good. All right, and now I have the word sky. What's my first letter? S. Okay, so I'm going to put it with the S's. Our next word, light. What's the first letter of the word light? It's the L. Where should we put it in ABC order? With the L's right there under kingdom. Our next word is trying. The first letter is the T. And so it's going to go with the T's. You guys can't see all of my board. There we go, just barely. Okay. Our next word, pry. The first letter is the P. We're going to put that with the P's on our list here. Our next word, Y. And the first letter is a W. So it goes on the W's. The next word, crying. What's our first letter? A C. There we go. So it's going to go with the C's. Our next word is the word bright. What's the first letter? A B. Good job. All right, so it's going to go with these. All right, the next word we have is, this is a big word, frightened. What's the first letter of this word? It's the F. So it's going to go right here. Now we have the word nearby. What is that first letter? The N. Very good. So it's going to go right there. Now we have the word high. The first letter is the H. So it's going to go on the H's. Now we have the word might. What's that first letter? It is an M. Good. It's going to go right there. I'm going to have to squish it in there. Oh, and then we have right. What's the first letter of right? The R. All right, so it's going to go right over here. All right, now we have one more letter, and it's the word, one more word. Word night. What is the first letter of the word night? It is the K. But look, we already have a word that has K at the beginning. What do we need to do now? I have to look at the second letter. The word kingdom, my second letter is an I. And in the word night, my second letter is an N. Well, what comes first, I or N? I'm looking at my alphabet. I comes first. So K-I comes before K-N. So kingdom will go before the word night. So there is your spelling list in alphabetical order. I'm going to make sure that you have a copy of this so that you can do on your own if you have a printer. And if not, you can just rewatch this part of the video because you are going to do ABC order this week in your spelling journal, but not today, probably tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to flip back to the camera. All right, let's get back to our screen. Okay, so on worksheet 6.1, remember today is a new list of words. So you have a letter go home to your grown-ups, okay? Tells them all about their spelling words for this week and how it is the I sound with IGH or Y, okay? But you also have some work to do this week, okay? Last week, I did not ask you to do it, but this week, I want you to do it. On the second page of this worksheet, you're going to put your words in alphabetical order. This is going to help you when you do it in your journal, okay? So this is a little bit different than how you're going to do it in your journal, okay? So in your journal, you take all 15 words and do it in ABC order. This one, you're only doing it 4 words at a time, all right? So this first box, you have the words night, might, high, and drying. You're only going to put those 4 words in ABC order in this box, okay? I'm actually going to do something to show it, like this box. This box, you do it. What am I doing here? I'm having trouble. Here we go. Let's try. There we go. I don't know what I was doing wrong. So you're going to do this box by itself. Okay. And then these 4 words, right, trying, sky, and kingdom. you will put those 4 words in ABC order by themselves. Okay, and then down here on frightened, light, bright, and crying, you will put these 4 words in ABC order by themselves. Okay. And then the next set, we have pry, why, by, and you will do these 3 words in ABC order by themselves. And if any of you are wondering how I'm making this line so straight so fast, if you hold down the shift key while you're making the line, it keeps it perfectly straight for you. Just so you know. Okay, so you're going to do just those words in ABC order by themselves. Next, the next lesson, when you do ABC order, you'll do all 15 of them together. Okay, so that is one of your worksheets for today. All right, so today's spelling activities, we're going to learn about, we're going to review first about the sound, the I that's spelled with 2 E's, and some other past spellings, okay? So I'm going to give you some sample words of each. All right, so we have learned the sound with the letter O spelling, like in the word sun, and it is a vowel sound, so we traced it in green. Like the word money and color, we have learned the sound with O consonant E, like in the word come. That is also a vowel sound that we traced in green. Like in the words glove and done. We've learned the sound with the spelling OU, like in touch, which is also a vowel sound. Like in country and young. And we have learned the E sound with the spelling IE, like in the word cookie, which is a vowel sound also. We traced it in green. Like in fierce and field. We have learned the I sound with I spelling in tie, vowel sound traced in green, like in pie and flies. Okay, hold on one second. All right, so if we were all here together, we would be able to play this game called baseball, but we're not all here together, unfortunately, which would be a really fun games to play with you guys. But so instead of playing the game, we're just going to review the words, okay? So I'm going to show you the word, and I want you to yell out and tell me what that word is, okay? I'll give you like 5 seconds for each word. Ready? Here we go. Chief. Thief. E. Stories. Fee. Sense. Gym. Sense. Glove. Ton. Monkey. Firefly. Touch. Golf. Mother. Honey. Other. Dozen. Nothing. Southern. All right, so I encourage you to rewind and review those again and see if you can get more this time than you did the first time, okay? So there are two other worksheets and pretty sure that we are not doing these two, but let me check just to make sure. I think I made the decision that we were not doing these worksheets. Yeah, we're not doing that one. Yeah, we're not doing that one either. Okay, so that one does not apply to us. That is for the in-person kids. All right, so today we're going to learn the parts of speech that we learned so far, nouns, verbs, and adjectives, are combined to make a sentence. And we kind of talked about this a little bit last week. We talked about subjects and predicates a little bit. You watched some videos and we did some work on them. So let's look at this sentence. It says, the brown dog barked loudly. So I would like for you to read the sentence to yourself, okay? And think about what comes at the beginning and at the end of a sentence, of every sentence. Okay, so thank you for reading the sentence. What does come at the beginning of every sentence we write? A capital letter. Good. And what comes at the end of every sentence we write? I know some of you probably just said a period. If you're asking a question, does a period go at the end of that question? No, it's a question mark. If you're writing a sentence with a lot of excitement, does a period go at the end of that sentence? Nope, it's an exclamation mark. So when I ask you what comes at the end of a sentence, rather than just yelling out a period, you should probably think and say punctuation mark, because that includes all three, a period, question mark, and an exclamation mark. All righty, so a capital letter comes at the beginning of a sentence and a period or final punctuation mark comes at the end of the sentence. So let's look at this word. In the sentence, the brown dog barked loudly. What part of speech is this word dog? Well, it's an animal, right? And I know that person, place, thing, animal, or idea is a noun. So dog is a noun. So look at the word brown in that sentence. What part of speech is the word brown? Well, I know that brown is describing the dog, and I know that words that describe a noun are adjectives. So the word brown is an adjective. Remember, adjectives describe the noun. All right. So every sentence expresses a complete thought. And in order for it to be a complete thought, it has to have two parts, a subject and a predicate. So let's read these words out loud, okay? Subject, predicate. Say it with me this time. Subject, predicate. So the subject of the sentence includes the different parts of speech which tell who or what the sentence is about. So what is this sentence about? The brown dog barked loudly. Who or what is that sentence about? Yeah, it's about the brown dog. The sentence is about the brown dog. So the subject often contains the noun. And in this case, the noun is the dog. So the subject may also contain some other words, like it contains the word brown, which is an adjective. And it also has the word the, which starts the sentence. The other part of a complete sentence is the predicate. The predicate describes what the sentence is, does, and it always includes the verb. Remember last I told you that it almost always starts with the verb. It doesn't always start with the verb, but it always includes the verb. Okay, so what is the subject, brown dog, doing in the sentence? It says, the brown dog barked loudly. What did the brown dog do? He barked loudly. So the dog is barking loudly. The predicate must always contain at least one verb. What is the verb in this sentence? What is the actual action that the dog is doing? Barked. The verb is barked. The predicate of the sentence also contains the word loudly, which is an adverb. It describes how the dog barked. So which comes first in this sentence, the subject or the predicate? The subject comes first. The subject comes before the predicate in most English sentences, not all of them, okay? So here we have another sentence. The blue fish swims in the bowl. So read that sentence out to yourself, please. Okay, so let's find the nouns, the verbs, and the adjective in this sentence. Tell me first, what is the noun? What are the nouns? Okay, we have fish as a noun and the bowl is a noun. Good. What is the action of this sentence? Swims, so that is the verb. Are there any adjectives in this sentence? Any describing words? Yeah, the word blue describes the fish. So we have an adjective, blue, the nouns fish and bowl, and the verb is swims. So remember that the subject tells who or what the sentence is about. And then what is the subject? The subject is, in this sentence, the subject is the blue fish. And what is the predicate? What is the blue fish doing? Swims in the bowl is the predicate. Good. So the subject is the blue fish, and then the predicate is swims in the bowl. The predicate includes the word swims, which is the verb. It includes the word bowl, which is a noun, but it is part of the predicate because it's telling what the fish is doing, okay? There are so many nouns in a sentence that you can't always assume that the noun is the subject of the sentence. So we're going to look at a couple of sentences on the camera. Hold on one second, guys. Okay, so we are going to look at a couple of sentences. I need to flip my camera and share my, not share my screen. I need to stop sharing my screen and put it on the camera. Here we go. Okay, so we have these words. We have the word rolled, the, hill, down, the, and bike. Okay, so remember, a complete sentence has a subject and a predicate, and it makes sense. Okay, so what is the first thing that we need to do on this sentence? Okay, well, we know that every sentence starts with a capital letter, right? So we need to put the. And we know that every sentence ends with punctuation. So we know that our last word is going to be the word hill. Okay, so we have the word bike, rolled, the, and down. What do you think should go next? The. Should it be the bike, The rolled, the, or the down? Which one makes sense? The bike. Good. What did the bike do? Rolled down the hill. Good. So what do you think the nouns are in this sentence? Well, I know that bike is a thing. That's a noun. What else do we say that's a noun? The word hill is the noun. Good. So if we were to look at this and ask ourselves, what is the subject of this sentence? Well, I know the sentence is about the bike. So that is my subject, the bike. What did the bike do? It rolled down the hill. So we have the subject and the predicate. What is the verb of this sentence? Which word is the action? Rolled is the verb. Very good. Are there any adjectives in this sentence? Nope, there are no adjectives in this sentence. Tell me what some adjectives could be in this sentence. Could you use an adjective to describe the bike? Like the blue bike, the yellow bike, the big bike, the flashy bike? Could you use an adjective to describe the hill? How about the steep hill, or the bumpy hill, or the grassy hill? Those would all be adjectives to describe the hill. Very good. All right, let's look at another sentence. So we have the words performs, dog, my, fancy, smart, and tricks. All right, what's the first thing we need to do? Well, this gives us a clue because the first word of a sentence starts with a capital. So we know the first word is going to be my. We know that punctuation ends our sentence. So I know that tricks is going to be the last word. So now I have dog, fancy, performs, and smart. Should it be my dog, my fancy, my smart, or my performs? Which one do you think it should be? All right, so we know that the first letter of a sentence starts with a capital. The last letter of a sentence has a period. It should say my dog. What does my dog do? Does it my dog fancy, my dog performs, my dog smart? I think it should say performs. My dog performs. But now look, I have the words fancy and smart. There are several ways that we could do this, guys. We could say my smart dog performs fancy tricks. That's one way we could do it. We could say my fancy dog performs smart tricks. Or we could say my dog performs smart fancy tricks. Those ways would work. I'm going to do it this way. My smart dog performs fancy tricks. All right, so what are the nouns in that sentence? Well, we got dog, because that's an animal. And we have tricks, because tricks are a thing. What is the verb? Performs is the verb. Good. What are the adjectives of the sentence, the describing words? We have smart, that describes the dog. We have fancy, describes the tricks. So smart and fancy are the adjectives. So what is the subject of the sentence now. Who or what is the sentence about? My smart dog is the subject. So what is the predicate then? What is my smart dog doing? Performs fancy tricks. So we have the subject and the predicate. Good job. All right, we've got one more sentence. All right, so we have plowed his the field old farmer. All right, look at those words. How should we put those together? Well, we know it's going to start with because that's the word that has the capital letter in it. We know it's going to end with field because that is where the punctuation mark is. So we have his old farmer and plowed. So should it be the his, the old, the farmer, or the plowed? Which one makes sense?
Abigail, here comes the car rider. Abigail's the car rider.
Sorry about that. So I think if we put the farmer, that would make sense. The farmer. What did the farmer do? Should it be the farmer his, the farmer old, the farmer field, or the farmer plowed? I think it should be plowed. That's an action. So we'll have the word his and old. Where could we put the word old? I think old should describe the farmer. The old farmer plowed his field. There we go. So what are the nouns in this sentence? We have farmer is a person. Field is a thing. Those are the nouns. What is the verb of the sentence? Plowed is the verb. That's the action. Are there any adjectives in this sentence? Yeah, we have the word old that describes the farmer. Good. All right, so what is the subject of the sentence? Who or what is the sentence about? It's about the old farmer. What does the old farmer do? He plowed his field. So this is the subject. This is the predicate. Very good. All right, so let's get back to our slideshow. So we did that part. So remember that a sentence must have the two pairs. There has to be a subject and a predicate to make a complete sentence. If I just have the subject, do I have a complete sentence? No, I do not. You have to have both the subject and the predicate. If I have just the predicate, do I have a complete sentence? No, you need both the subject and the predicate to have a complete sentence. So what do I need in order to have a complete sentence? You need both the subject and the predicate to have a complete sentence. All right, so remember your learning targets for today were I can alphabetize my new spelling words, which we did, and that is your work for today to do the worksheet on 6.1. I can read words with different spellings for the I, and E sounds, and I can identify the subject and predicates in sentences, which we worked on together. So that was your lesson for today. Let's go look at your grammar work for today. Let me put that up for you really fast. All right, so we are going to do a review today on beginning and ending of sentences, which we kind of just talked a little bit about with the sentences we just worked on. We know that every sentence must begin with a capital letter. So here's the example sentence. Our class took a trip. The O in the first word, our, needs to be capitalized. We know that different types of sentences end with different end marks. So we're going to tell how each sentence ends. The example sentence, I went on a trip. That is a statement or a declarative sentence, and it ends with a period. The example sentence, where did you go? Is a question or an interrogative sentence, and it ends with a question mark. The example sentence, tell me what you saw, is a command or an imperative sentence, and it ends with a period. And then the last example, what a great trip, is an exclamation or an exclamatory sentence, and it ends with an exclamation mark. Okay, so for the first 4 problems, it says tell how to begin and end each sentence. All right, so what you're going to do, here's the example. It says, do you see the city hall? Well, we know that the D in the word do needed to be capitalized, so they put a capital D over here on the side. And we know that it is a question, and questions end in a question mark. So they put capital D and a question mark over to the side of the sentence. So if we look at number 1, the city hall is by the river. Well, I know that my T is going to need to be capitalized because that's the first letter of the sentence. I'm going to put a capital T, and then I'm in a space, and it is just a declarative statement. It's just telling me something, and declarative sentences end with a period. So I'm just going to put a period there. So you're going to do the same thing for 2, 3, and 4. So remember, guys, that you have to begin every sentence with a capital letter, and you have to end with one of the different types of end marks for the different sentences. So for the last several examples, it says write each sentence correctly. Here's how it was written originally. Who worked here? Well, you need to make corrections for that. You have to capitalize the W and add a question mark. So beside the sentence, I want you to type it correctly. Number 5 says, the mayor works here. Well, I know my T needs to be capitalized in the, and I know that at the end of the sentence, I need a period because it's just a declarative sentence. All right. So you're going to do the 6, 7, 8, and 9 on your own. And we are not going to do the writing application today. So I'm just going to put a big X over that so you don't have to worry about that. All right. So you are going to do just those like 8 problems. All right. And it is time to look at our word of the day. Let me pull up my wheel. Here we go. The wheel is spinning. So today's word of the day is school. Today's word is school. So make sure that you tell me somewhere in the comment section of today's assignment, video assignment, word school is the magic word for the day. So that is our lesson for today for phonics. That's all that I've got for you. So I hope you guys have a great afternoon, and I look forward to seeing all of you tomorrow during your home school's time slot to Zoom with me to have a little reading or phonics assessment. So make sure that you check your email and you look to see what time your slot is for your home school, and I will see you then. Bye, guys.